polio, smallpox, measles, chickenpox, and mumps. These are all easily preventable diseases that are making a notable comeback in America due to parents who do not vaccinate their children properly. During the 2013-2014 school year, 5% of children in kindergarten were not vaccinated for these preventable diseases. To put this in perspective, that is roughly 235,000 5-year-olds across the country. This is an enormous conflict because there are hundreds of thousands of young children that are very vulnerable to these lethal diseases which have been cured years ago. Parents are paranoid because they believe that these medicines can cause autism or other health issues such as mercury and neurotoxin exposure.
A study was done in 1998 by a British gastroenterologist named Andrew Wakefield. In this experiment, Wakefield observed 12 children that had been injected with measles and mumps vaccinations that contained mercury and other harmful ingredients. The results of the study were that many of these children were suffering from intestinal problems, which Wakefield believed led to autism. However, the following year, the AAP issued a law in which these harmful substances be removed from vaccines given to children and infants.
Although these immunizations have been heavily revised, vaccines are still not 100% risk-free. Some parents are still paranoid about this topic, even though there have been many large studies proving how vaccines and autism are no longer related to one another.
One of my dad's friends, Dr. Larry Becker, a former professor at Holland University, was diagnosed with polio at a young age. He was permanently paralyzed in his arms and torso. His legs have some function, but are not strong enough to allow him to walk. As a result of this, he is forced to be contained to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He has to do most of his daily activities, such as writing and typing, with his feet and toes. He is still unable to perform most of his normal human activities and has to rely on nurses and his wife for assistance.
This could be your child or loved one if they are not properly vaccinated. Vaccinations are vital to the health of children across the world because without them, children could die from these fatal diseases. We do understand why some parents are nervous or scared of these vaccinations due to risk of autism and other health issues. However, there is a far greater risk of a child contracting one of these diseases than having side effects from its immunization.
Parents who are choosing to do this are putting their children in a very vulnerable and dangerous position, along with the children surrounding them. This is why it is extremely important for parents to have their children properly vaccinated at a young age and throughout their childhood. Thank you.